Welcome to today's mock interview session where we're focusing on the crucial role of a medical technologist. Whether you're preparing for your first interview or sharpening your skills, we're here to help you feel confident and ready. Let's dive right into our first question. Can you share an experience where you teamed up with a healthcare team to tackle a critical issue? This question is all about understanding how well you collaborate with others, especially when problem solving in a high stakes environment. Let's talk about some helpful pointers to approach this question. Pick a specific example that really emphasizes teamwork. Clearly explain the problem and how it affected patient care. Highlight your role and what you contributed to the team's success. Discuss the outcome and what insights you gained from the experience. Keep your response centered on collaboration and teamwork. Now, let's look at a sample answer to illustrate this.
In my previous job, our lab suddenly saw a rise in blood sample errors. I teamed up with nurses and physicians to find the root of the problem. We found that miscommunication during sample collection was the culprit. I created a standardized checklist for the process, which led to a 30% reduction in errors and improved patient satisfaction.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for medical technologists. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Tell me about a time when you had a disagreement with a colleague over test results. How did you handle the situation? This question aims to assess your conflict resolution skills and your ability to maintain professionalism when disagreements arise. Here are some tips to effectively answer this question. Remain calm and professional during disagreements. Specify the test results and the disagreement. Outline the steps you took to resolve it, such as reviewing data together. Highlight the outcome and any improvements made for future collaboration. Share a key takeaway from the experience. Let's explore an example to see how you might handle this.
In a past role, I disagreed with a colleague about blood test accuracy. I suggested we review the data together, revealing a calibration issue with our equipment. This resolved our disagreement, and we decided to implement regular equipment checks to avoid future mistakes.
Can you describe a time when you had to take the lead during a lab emergency? What steps did you take? This question evaluates your leadership qualities and how you handle pressure during emergencies. Let's go over some strategies for responding to this question. Begin with a brief overview of the emergency. Explain your role and why you needed to take charge. Detail the specific actions you took to manage the situation. Emphasize the outcome or what you learned. Keep the focus on leadership and teamwork. Here's an example to provide some inspiration.
During a power outage, I noticed critical lab equipment had shut down. As the senior tech, I quickly organized our team to execute the backup power plan, ensured all samples were secure, and kept our lab manager informed. We stayed operational without losing any samples.
Imagine a scenario where a crucial piece of lab equipment breaks down. How would you respond to minimize downtime? Here, interviewers want to see how you handle unexpected technical issues and your problem-solving abilities in maintaining lab operations. Let's take a look at how you might approach this question. Quickly assess the failure and its impact. Notify your team and supervisors about the issue immediately. Consult the equipment manual for troubleshooting tips. Arrange swift service or repairs by contacting a technician. Prepare alternative workflows or equipment to keep productivity up. Now, let's consider an example response.
First, I'd evaluate whether I could fix the equipment promptly. I'd inform my team and supervisor, consult the manual for solutions, and call a technician for repairs. Meanwhile, I'd look for backup equipment or procedures to continue essential tests.
How would you handle a situation where a patient questions the accuracy of their lab results? This question is designed to assess your communication skills and how you interact with patients, especially when addressing their concerns. Here are some tips for navigating this question. Listen to the patient's concerns attentively without interruption. Acknowledge and validate their feelings. Explain the robust quality control processes in place. Encourage them to ask questions for better understanding. Assure them that retesting is available if needed. Let's go through an example to see how you can address this effectively.
I would begin by carefully listening to the patient's concerns to make sure they feel heard. Then, I'd explain our strict quality control measures to ensure accuracy and encourage any questions they might have. If they're still worried, I'd reassure them about the possibility of retesting.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.